What gives me the most fear is that we really haven't got our arms around the fundamental problem. What really happened in Benghazi that night? And a second would be what really motivated Edward Snowden to do what he did. It's not, it's not what he says. You know, if you look at the war since 9/11, we've had a great victory, but so have they. You know, our great victory was the degradation, decimation of the Al-Qaeda core in Pakistan, right? The people that brought us that tragedy on 9/11. Their great victory was the spread of their ideology. Winning does not mean no terrorist attacks, right? Winning means that you've minimized them perhaps to the point where it's not a military problem anymore, it's a law enforcement problem. Winning means you're taking them off the battlefield at a much greater rate than they're putting people on the battlefield. So I think you got to define winning perhaps the way the British thought about winning the war against Irish terrorism, right? It wasn't about stopping every attack. It was about getting your arms around the whole problem. We are remarkably good at dealing with terrorists who've already been created, right? At stopping them from attacking us. What we have failed miserably at is stopping the creation of new terrorists. One of the lessons we learned from Iraq WMD, which we talk about in the book, it's very significant failure, right? One of the lessons there was you not only have to think about what your analytic judgment is on an important issue, but you have to think about how confident are you in that analytic judgment, right? And why do you have that confidence? We did that in the bin Laden case, right? We looked at all the possible alternatives, which we didn't in the Iraq case. But in the bin Laden case, we did. We looked at all the alternatives and we said, are there any other possible explanations here for what we're seeing? And the answer was, not really. And that gave us a lot more confidence that our judgment that he was there was right. What I really wish they understood was that this was not CIA's enhanced interrogation program. This was the United States of America's enhanced interrogation program. This was approved by the executive branch. It was briefed and approved to Congress. It was looked at from a legal perspective by the Department of Justice. This was not the CIA operating on its own. This was not the CIA all by itself. This was America's program.